This video will demonstrate the ways to use an incredible resource we have on campus called WorldCat to locate academic books for a history research project. So obviously we're going to start in Murphy Library, and we'll go to Library Catalog, and we're actually going to go to WorldCat. And as the name suggests, this is a worldwide catalog. Essentially, it's a compendium of the holdings of every library in the world that is willing to send us materials. I definitely suggest you go to Advanced Search as soon as you get to that menu. And we're going to do a keyword search here for that same project that's been demonstrated in a couple other catalogs. A project on Native American boarding schools. And you'll see that I've already entered these phrases. They come up right away. In WorldCat, by the way, you cannot use quotation marks to keep these phrases together. Now, you're going to want to limit your search a bit. You can certainly limit it to years of publication if you know there's been a lot written about a particular topic, but the more outdated materials is not going to be useful. You can limit it that way. Certainly, you'll choose non-juvenile, non-fiction, and you're only going to want books, and we're actually going to have to limit again. And select English if you're only interested in English language materials. Now, WorldCat will show us not only what's available throughout the world, but what's available here at UWL. And over here is one of the ways you can limit a bit, because we're not going to look for ebooks, for dissertations, or for microform, and that will limit a bit. One thing that's a little bit new, it used to show you immediately on that first page whether or not we had this book, and now it is showing it only here, where you can find a copy. Now, luckily, this is always organized by how far away the material is, so the first thing will always be, of course, UWL. This will show you that we have it here in Murphy Library, or the important thing is if a different UW system library holds a work, you will have to request that work via universal borrowing, but at least you know that it is something in the system. This will give you the biggest snapshot of what kind of materials are available for any particular project. And if it turns out that we don't have it at Murphy or in the UW system that you can get through universal borrowing, you can request materials via something called interlibrary loan. You can also continue to use the subject headers as we've seen in other search techniques. So if you want to specifically look at sports at Indian boarding schools, something like this could easily work out well. But let's find a source that is important for this project potentially, but which is not held by UWL. Now technically, because it's held by a different UW system, as I said, you would want to use universal borrowing to order this. The library will require you to do that. It's less expensive than interlibrary loan, but let's, for the sake of argument, pretend that this one wasn't done in that way. If it's not in any UW system, you click on interlibrary loan right up here, and what's great is it'll fill in all of these important fields. In fact, all you will need to do is hit no, you are not a distance learner. To get to this this page, by the way, you might have to use login information, and then all you would need to do is submit your request. Again, if you request something through interlibrary loan that is available at a UW system school, they will shoot it back to you and tell you you need to make a universal borrowing request. But there are many ways you can sort what you get. Again, you can do it by publication date. That can be important. You can look for particular years. As you see over here, you can look only at biographies if that's something that interests you. There'll be a lot of ways you can reconfigure the results that you get.